Buddhas, today we are going to talk about the bird is the word. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I've got a playlist down in the doodly-doo that you can binge watch to help accelerate your spiritual awakening, and while you're down there, there's other links that are great. So, the word. This is going to be a combination of Alan Watts and Neville Goddard, who lived in somewhat similar times, but had somewhat similar and also very different backgrounds. And they talk about words, language. At the very premise, words are essentially what we use to communicate. And a word describes something. And in the description of a thing, or an act, or anything, really, we are defining it. We are putting a bound, a box on it. And by putting that box on it, we are creating that object in our world. And a phrase comes to mind for me very often, and that is that words matter. Now, if we break down that phrase with the idea that words matter, and we talk about words mattering, well, if you take that in the English language, you have word, which is the object, and then you have matter, which is describing an aspect of the word. Well, matter means two very important things. Mattering is the physical stuff that we're made of. Matter, right? From a physics standpoint, this is vibrating at a high frequency and I can't just pass my hands through my skull. And to matter is to be of importance or to be of relevance to something else. It matters to me that I make videos for you, as an example. And then to take the word, which is any description or any idea or concept that's articulated or thought or put out into the world, and to say that words matter, we can then get two incredible meanings for that sentence, because that is a sentence on its own, those two words. And those are what follow. Words matter, aka what you say is important and matters to those who you say it to, especially to yourself. So if you're saying that, I suck and I'm not happy all the time and I don't want to be this way, well, that's what you're going to constantly think, if that's what you're constantly saying to yourself, because the words that you say to yourself matter. Instead, I definitely suggest a video from a couple days ago, which is, I'm always right and I always win. Also throw in I'm awesome there, because why the heck not? Why would you not be your number one cheerleader? Buddhas, come on, let's be real here. Be your number one. It's so easy. So if we take that idea and we go into the second aspect of matter, and we say that words matter. Well, if I have a lens cap here for my camera, and I describe it as plastic, and black, and clicky, and saying Canon on it, well, I've just described the matter that this lens cap is made of. And at some point, before the engineers and the designers at Canon actually fabricated this, they used words to design it. Now, that design process probably started in someone's head. It was probably articulated amongst a group of people to describe what they wanted to do and what they needed to do. And then it was probably drawn on a piece of paper. And then it was put into a CAD software, and then molds were made, and engineering tolerances were adjusted, and the springs were designed, and the printing was done, and then it was form-fitted in a plastic mold injection, and then it was created and mass-produced, so there's probably millions of these out there now. But this started as words. And yes, there's a very tangible, real-world way that this was built. I'm not saying that an engineer at Canon went, we need a lens cap, and oh, now there's a lens cap. No, that's not how it works here, because then everything that you said would just instantly manifest, and I would say, squid monster, and boom, there's no room in my condo for a giant squid monster, so we don't want that to be the case. But, over time, the engineers, the people who developed this product, were able to take words, an idea, a description, a concept. We need a piece of material that's going to cover the lens of a camera so that when people throw it in their backpack or whatever, it doesn't scratch the lens. Great. How are we going to design that? What are we going to do? What are the costs? All of these aspects are discussed. They are words. They are important because words matter. But then those words physically become, yes, through a process of machining and designing and different aspects, but those words become matter. So Buddhas, I want to leave this with you in somewhat of a vague way, and you can put comments down below in the doodly-doo, and I will answer all of them, because this is the real crux of how I understand the world, and that is that words matter, literally and figuratively. And for that exact reason, Buddhas, the most important thing at the end of the day to always remember and to always do and to never let anyone tell you the opposite. Love yourself. About a bird, the bird's the word, about a bird, the bird's the word.